that's what KCD is. We're just here for encourage family, for make them healthy choice, and also to support them and develop programs around to, help them make that change.
So just over here, there's a big jacaranda tree. We just meet there every week. Get everyone together, be lots of kids, there'd be mums, there'd be people who were exercising and who weren't. We'd all just meet there and we'd start the pain. Running this pilot type program that we did in Mildura, running it ongoing now so we can do it better and bigger and help more people. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. If we don't get to help people, if people can't sustain this stuff, if they're not achieving results, well then what's the point? But that has been awesome because, within 3 months, that's the 12-week challenge, there was some sensational results in engagement of people who weren't previously engaged with the co-op.
Boot camp program run through our Healthy for Life program was a fantastic initiative over 12 weeks involving the whole community. We had up to 80 participants at one occasion, ranging from teenagers right through to elders, individuals with disabilities, and it was just a great community atmosphere. Ran 3 times a week down on the river, on the Murray, and that allowed or enabled people to have greater awareness around their health and well-being, eating healthily, being proactive and active, but also to brought about a great community spirit.
With the 12-week challenge, we also ran a boot camp. They were 2 separate programs, but they were delivered together, which was a really important type of idea, and it ran really well. So you didn't have to attend the boot camp to be eligible for the 12-week challenge prizes and things, but they worked hand in hand to really focus on improving physical activity, but ultimately the health challenge focus was on nutrition, lifestyle modification, like all this decreased smoking, like ultimately weight loss and girth measurements.
My name's Natalie, I'm 17, I live with my mum and my dad and pop live not far away from us. My cousin, actually found out about it, so I guess she's the one to thank for the whole boot camp thing.
I'm Zena, I am Natalie's cousin, and we did boot camp together with the whole family, and it was a very good experience for all of us, and definitely do it again together any day.
Yeah. By the time I had finished, I was a lot more fitter. It was just the things that, we did every week, just felt more easier, I guess.
I first come across it when I was actually having my son checked up, just for a normal checkup, and I saw it on the flyer and I picked it up and I thought about it and I just quit smoking. So to save myself from becoming more obese, I thought I'd go back, and I told my auntie, which is Natalie's mother, and I said we should do it as a group, because it all said you could put down as a group or single, and I said we should do it as a group. The day come when we first went there, we were all nervous, we didn't know to get out of the car or not. We thought, we better, so we went in there almost holding hands without no one knowing, but it was almost supporting each other.
It captured heaps of the community. It was really informal, like you didn't have to come all the time, you could come out and check it out, which kind of encouraged big numbers. So we had a massive mob down the river, hanging out, running around, the vibe was awesome. So yeah, that worked really well, and the results speak for themselves.
I'm a 17-year-old girl who's been overweight most of her teenage life, so it was real scary for me. But yeah, it didn't look at me, I guess.
We had some people losing over 20 kilos, like around 100 centimetres. The winner, she's lost another 8. I just spoke to her yesterday. She's lost another 8, so she's up to 26 kilos. And her measurements are insane. Like weight, like I said before, isn't the best indication of health. So, having the girth measurements, she's just changing her life. Yeah, so that's awesome.
I attended the boot camp as well, which was great in not only building up relationships with the community members, but also getting myself a bit healthier and fitter as well. I was lucky enough to lose a few kilos and lots of centimetres as well. And in my role as a diabetes educator and being Aboriginal myself, I'm at risk of getting diabetes, so I thought I better take some advice myself and actually attend and get a bit healthier as well to help reduce my risk so that I could live longer and be around for my kids.
My family and I weren't, really close. We were close, but we didn't really talk much, and I guess this has brought us, together more, so we talk a lot more, and, we're more happy. We'd be more grumpy, I guess, before. And yeah, definitely try it out for anyone who wants to do this, but might be a bit insecure or something.
It has influenced me a lot. As I said before, I quit smoking I have a 2-year-old son now. I've always been overweight as a child, and I've lost weight before, and then when I had my son I put on weight again. And I thought this time I want to do it, I want to influence him so he never has to go through the bullying, the names. So I stuck to it this time, and in the long run I can see with all the tips and the pushing and the education I have now, I know that my change of life is I will always have a healthy outcome. Even though the world is hard, I know that I can do what I can, and I may not get there so fast, but it will happen. So we've still got a while to go yet, but I know that with everyone's help with that, I'm fine. So.
Just last week I caught up with one of the participants of the boot camp who has type 2 diabetes. Proud to say that he has reduced his HbA1c and his blood sugar levels, also his weight, his waist and his BMI, which is fantastic. And he's really encouraged because he can see those results now in the way it's reduced his blood sugar levels. He's really motivated to keep going. I was then able to explain to him that, he can see that his sugar levels have been reduced, but inside there's a lot more going on. He's reduced his risk of complications with his heart, his eyes, his kidneys. It's such, it's more than just blood, sugar in your blood.
The team approach is essential to the work that we do. There's another healthy lifestyle officer, Mandy, and I work really closely on physical activity. There's a couple of tobacco action workers, Jason and Jody. So we work really closely on that approach to be able to deliver a more holistic program and service for somebody. Obviously we can't be everywhere at once, so it enables us then also to have a broader kind of network.
We intend to run boot camps in Swan Hill. We're currently in the process of running another 12-week program there, the community in Swan Hill, and we're looking forward to having the same positive feedback that we had here in Mildura. The Mildura community is already seeking another type of boot camp. We have community members now who are engaged in our gym that we've got here in Mildura, engaged in other gyms and other activities, and we have community members that have quit smoking because of the program as well. So it's a fantastic initiative. So we continue the program because it's been so highly effective.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Swan Hill and doing it again, and yeah, just keep it going, re-engaging again back in Mildura, getting people up and going again. So yeah, I can see this as a really sustainable approach and just getting bigger and better.
KCD is just there to remind them make them choices, healthier choices, even though they don't have enough or they find it hard. It's just there to remind them to make them choices, to eat well. They still have to exercise, even though they're busy, burdened with families, and take that time for. But then, and again, KCD try for work with other groups, agencies too, to support, create a supportive environment for the different groups, whether it's the younger ones to the elders. KCD stands for Kombat Chronic Disease. I guess my 17 years working with Queensland Health, these are all them messages I get been sort of been the main messages. You have to get 30 minutes physically active. You have to eat right, eat healthy. Don't smoke. We don't drink enough water, so water is important. Our body needs water, and moderate alcohol. We drink everything but water. So if they do drink alcohol or soft drink or juices, or they need to cut down on it or don't do it at all. Yeah, and the sixth one, I think, is checkup. We're trying to encourage everyone to have regular checkups, so that if they do find a problem early, they can do something about it. KCD, because of, I guess, poor lifestyle choices, and then plus other underlying factors, we tend to, and I guess our location, everything contributes towards our poor health because of the quality and the quantity of fruit and veggie available for us. I guess we take the initiative too to grow our own, and we tend to rely on our suppliers, whether them shops. Like in the past we used to gather our own, and we used to live off the land, and everything was sweet. Wow. Working with them as event organizers or other agencies for whether it's sports or gardening, big events like basketball carnivals, rugby league carnivals in the district, we to try and be part of the events, because we capture bigger audience, and and then we can measure their attitudes and knowledge around them 6 messages. A lot of kids and families they attend the games, and we do the same thing, promote the 6 messages and try to evaluate the message during the event. And we also, KCD also provides, fruit and like, a healthy spread for them, for, a lot of them don't have access to fruit a lot. So we try to provide that at each event so they can have access to fruit and salad and veggies and water, everything, every healthy option.
Yes, asthma. We go out to the outer island communities, and even on Thursday Island, sometimes I invite interested people in and do presentations for them, but I make it culturally appropriate. I talk about history first, how history affects our health today, Indigenous people, and then I talk about cells, that we are made up of cells, and then the importance of oxygen. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. Before I go to talk about the danger of smoking, by the time I go there in that area, they're ready to listen to that message. As you know, nicotine is very addictive, and often smokers don't want to listen to that message. Don't smoke. You don't say don't smoke. They don't like that. So as I make my way towards telling them about the danger of smoking, I tell them about history, and then they open up. I've never had any negative responses after my presentation. Majority of the people that watch my presentation, they say, this is what we want. We want someone to put the information, break it down for us, put it on slides. This is what we want to see. It makes us understand better. I said to a lot of people, if you do your presentation to island people, the first 5 slides must impact. If you don't do that, forget about the rest of your presentation. Because islanders, English is 3rd or 2nd language. In the outer islands, it's 3rd language. On TI, 2nd or 3rd language. This represents healthy lung. This too small one, this now can breathe in and out. As it grows, it develops before the smoking presentation. And I tell them about how important we should drink water to flush our kidneys because we eat meat and intestine from turtles and dugong and stuff, that when what our body uses, and the waste is metabolic waste. We need to flush that from our kidneys, from our system. So you need to explain to them all that. Then they will appreciate your health message. Then they go away, they take that with them. They can share it with others. There's no point sitting for an hour talking to island people if you can't impact in the first go. All that's emphysema lung. So, a girl told us in one community, she said, I don't like looking at posters. I said, why is that? Oh, the posters, I don't like the posters. They tell us not to smoke. You see, it tells them not to smoke. It tells them about other things. But what people need is for your time. You need to sit with them and say, okay, the danger of smoking is there, but you must create the right environment for them to be receptive to the message.
A lot of people know what KCD now is, but it's just getting the next step now, providing and making them support programs to actually support what KCD is about. So by doing a lot more education with the different groups, whether it's church groups, sporting groups, cultural groups, elders, and any opportunity. The other one is gardening, working with other partners like the TSRA, which is the Torres Strait Regional Authority, the Queensland Education, the Tagai TAFE campus. We went around and put gardens around on the island, on Thursday Island, and it was very successful. Like, just because of freight and the access to fruit and vegetable, really expensive. So by having these gardens everywhere, people can just access fruit and all the different veggies whenever they need it.
We got some fresh pumpkin over here. This is our pumpkin and lemon, citrus tree, and our chili tree. Some chilies over here.
I'm not into planting flowers and ornamentals and pretty look-alike sort of flora there when there's a crying need for fresh fruit and vegetables up here.
Well, I enjoy doing hard work. It's nice, and I like to plant stuff around the island, provide for the community. Yeah, and also I like the food that we're growing. Yeah.
I'm from the outer islands. Yeah. So like what I learn in here, I take out to the outer islands, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to throw some spicy like chili, garlic on the turtle we catch in the sea. It's very nice and tasty. Yeah.
These boys here, most of them are horticultural grade 11 students who undertake a 2-year course and come out with a Certificate 2 in horticulture. What we do is we spend 3 to 4 hours once a week during their class time preparing the soil, tending the plants that have been planted, planting new ones, weeding, using whippersnippers and lawnmowers, becoming familiar with them and learning how to operate that sort of equipment safely. And because they're such good lads, we organise morning tea and lunch for them, so they actually work in a simulated workplace.
We have a mango tree over at the corner over there. A mango tree, custard apple. Yeah, and just other citrus trees. We have what's that? Pineapple growing over at the stadium. Yeah. Yeah, but over here it's just pumpkin, chilies, and mangoes and citrus trees.
Working with them kids, we thought it'd be good to show them kids so that it'll be sustainable, so they can have their own gardens in their communities or in their backyard or on their back porch, or so they can access the stuff at any time they need it.
No good planting seed on stony ground. You gotta cast your seed on the best soil. So I go in, I have to prepare the soil and then cast the seed. So that's the health message.